already know what it is. You already know what it is. It's the takeover. The takeover has already happened. Worldwide CC. Worldwide CC, Caitlin Clark taking over all sports. All sports want in on the Caitlin Clark business. It is so unfortunate that the WNBA has dropped the ball in this major way.
The WNBA is in full-blown panic. Caitlin Clark and the entire Indiana Fever have just made the most shocking move in women's basketball history. They're heading to Europe. Fans across Greece and France are already chanting her name, wearing her merch, and calling her the face of women's sports.
Let's head over to Europe. How about this? How about this? Caitlin Clark jersey spotted in the Greece versus France Eurobasket game. They wearing the Caitlin Clark Iowa jerseys in Greece versus France. This is international stardom, worldwide stardom.
But back home, chaos, panic, fear, because this could be the end of the WNBA as we know it. So how did we get here? What pushed Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest star, to walk away from the very organization she helped save? After months of fouls, drama, and disrespect, Caitlin Clark has finally had enough. For months, she's been the punching bag of the WNBA, the player everyone targets, the one refs refuse to protect, the one commentators turn cold on the second she hits a logo, 3. And yet, she's the only reason millions of new fans tuned in. She sold out arenas, broke records, and made people care about women's basketball again. But instead of celebrating her, the league treated her like an outsider. Every game felt like a battle, not just against opponents, but against the system itself. Then came the moment that changed everything. Caitlin sat down for an interview with Ariel Powers.
Caitlin Clark was on Ariel Powers' blog. We gotta take a look at some of the things she had to say about the Indiana Fever organization, the higher-ups, the whole situation, the new players included. There was a lot that was said. We've been wondering, how does she really feel about like all of these new people coming in, the decision makers, all of this stuff. They discussed some of these things in Ariel Powers' blog.
And for the first time, she didn't hold back. She didn't whisper. She roared. And in that moment, fans knew something was about to explode. She looked straight into the camera and said 7 words that broke the internet. "I just want to play basketball, not politics." That one line set the internet on fire, because it wasn't just a quote, it was a message. She wasn't angry, she wasn't bitter, she was done. Done being controlled, done being disrespected, done being treated like a problem for bringing too much attention to the league. And then came the leak. Reports start circulating that Caitlin Clark isn't just stepping away, she's leaving, and she's taking the entire Indiana Fever with her, but not to retire, and not for a vacation. They're reportedly heading to Europe for a movement.
And it is the league, the Essential Travel League. I don't know what it's going to be called. It looks like they're going to be having 7 2-week tours. I would assume, my guess would be, they play East Coast America, they play West Coast America, they start getting out arenas. I'd say they play East Coast, West Coast, break for a few weeks. Because again, it's only 14 weeks in, which is just over 3 months, and they have 6 months to do it. So they're gonna have equally as much time off.
The news spreads like wildfire. Social media explodes. ESPN stays quiet. But fans, they're screaming. Caitlin's leaving? The Fever are done with the WNBA? And here's the kicker. Sources say Caitlin has been training with Major League Baseball coaches for weeks. A new crossover partnership is forming. Baseball meets basketball. America meets Europe. And at the center of it all, Caitlin Clark. When she lands in Europe, the footage is unbelievable. Streets packed, fans in Greece and France waving Caitlin Clark flags, kids painting her initials, CC, on their faces, entire arenas filled with people chanting her name. She's not just an athlete anymore. She's a movement, a symbol of change. Clips go viral instantly. Fans in Paris, Athens, and Madrid wearing her jersey, people holding up signs that say, "We love you, Caitlin." The hashtag #CCRevolution starts trending worldwide. Meanwhile, back home, WNBA executives are in meltdown mode. Sponsors are calling non-stop. Networks are panicking. Because without Caitlin Clark, there are no record crowds, no viral highlights, no national buzz. The league's golden ticket has just walked out the door, and they have no idea how to stop her. And if that wasn't bad enough, the league's biggest moment of the year, the finals, turns into a PR disaster. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert walks on stage to hand A'ja Wilson the trophy, but instead of cheers, the arena erupts in boos. Fans weren't angry at A'ja. They were furious at the system, furious at how the league treated Caitlin, furious that ESPN tried to blur the crowd reaction like no one would notice. But the internet noticed. Millions of people saw it, and they were not happy.
Believe it or not, the chorus of boos last night were not directed at the Phoenix Mercury. For those that don't know, Phoenix lost last night to the Las Vegas Anonymous Faces. And congratulations to A'ja Wilson, who is now a 3-time WNBA champion. She is a 2-time winner of the Golden Toilet, and A'ja Wilson is now the inaugural winner of the Platinum Pooper.
Then Fever head coach Stephanie White breaks her silence, and her words hit harder than anything the WNBA expected.
And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. But we also can't allow that to consume us, right?
She says, the WNBA forgot who built this league, the players and the fans. That quote detonates online. Fans flood the comments. You didn't deserve her. You killed your own superstar. This league pushed her away. Within hours, hashtags like "You pushed her away" and "CC Nation" are trending everywhere. The WNBA's response? A short, robotic statement. We thank the Indiana Fever for their contribution to the league. That's it. No emotion, no accountability, just words on paper. And that silence spoke volumes, because deep down, everyone knew what had just happened. The league that needed Caitlin Clark had lost her. Meanwhile, Caitlin's dominance in Europe only grows. She's spotted courtside at Eurobasket games. European fans chant "CC, CC" every time her face flashes on the screen. Baseball teams invite her to throw ceremonial pitches. Kids across the continent wear her number. And the media can't get enough. Newspapers in Paris, Athens, and Madrid plaster her photo across their front pages. What started as a rebellion has turned into a revolution. Even MLB stars are calling her the face of sports. And honestly, they might be right. Caitlin Clark didn't just leave basketball. She expanded it. She broke out of the WNBA's walls and took the sport global. She turned hate into history, disrespect into domination. And every moment of silence she endured, she turned into a roar heard around the world. Now she's on magazine covers. She's the headline in every major sports outlet. ESPN can try to downplay her story, but fans don't need the network anymore. They've got Caitlin Clark Nation. Back in the States, WNBA attendance is already dipping. Ratings have taken a hit. And even longtime fans are saying they're done with the league. Because when you push away the player who saved your brand, don't be surprised when the fans follow her. Caitlin's story isn't about leaving, it's about evolving. She's proving that greatness doesn't wait for permission. When doors close, she builds her own arena. When leagues turn their backs, she builds her own stage. And that's exactly what the WNBA failed to understand. They thought they could control her, but Caitlin Clark doesn't play by anyone's rules. She writes them. And as the world watches her rise, one question remains. Is this the end of the WNBA or the beginning of something legendary? If you stand with Caitlin Clark, Drop CC Nation in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're proud of what she's building. And make sure you subscribe, because Caitlyn's story is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning.
It looked like Adam Silver has found himself in some serious hot water over the management of the WNBA. And is they faking ratings? I don't know, but we finna talk about it. WNBA is on the heels of a major growth or a major black hitting the wall. Yes.
Adam Silver just made the biggest mistake of his career, and now he's begging Caitlin Clark for forgiveness. What started as a routine interview turned into one of the biggest PR disasters in WNBA history. Fans are furious, players are speaking out, and insiders say Silver's been secretly calling Caitlin's reps, trying to fix everything. But here's the question everyone's asking. What did he say that caused this chaos?
So Thanos finally stepped out and started talking about the crazy nonsense of a civil war that's going on between Iron Man or Iron Woman, Kathy Engelberg, and Captain America, Nafisa Collier, man. We're about to get all the way into it, man.
So, let's rewind. Adam Silver sits down with NBC News. It's supposed to be the usual smooth corporate talk about leadership, growth, inclusivity, and all the buzzwords that sound great but mean nothing. Then, out of nowhere, Silver says the quiet part out loud. He admits the WNBA doesn't just have financial challenges, it has relationship issues. That one sentence hit harder than a flagrant foul.
Have to talk about this recent interview Adam Silver just did on NBC, because this interview right here has caused a bunch of friction within the WNBA. Shout out to the young lady who actually put this video together. I don't really know her name. She kind of reacted to it all, and we finna listen to her reaction, because this is the current state of the WNBA, and Adam Silver is looking real spooky.
You can choose to sell your team in your same market. You can't choose to sell your team to a different market, and that's where it stands right now.
Hartford is in the market.
No, it's not.
He might as well have confirmed what every fan's been shouting all season long, that the league is broken from the inside out. Social media exploded instantly. Players were giving him side-eye, fans were losing their minds, and overnight, Adam Silver became the face of WNBA dysfunction. It wasn't just that he said something controversial, it's that his comments sounded like he was defending Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, the same person many believe has been holding the league back. One fan wrote, Silver just threw the players under the bus to protect his buddy. And the moment he downplayed Caitlin Clark's impact, the internet snapped. See, this is where things got nuclear. Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's the reason people are watching. Ratings skyrocket every time she steps on the court. Ticket sales? Through the roof. Merchandise? Selling out in every arena. Social media? Every single post with her name in it breaks the algorithm. She's basically the WNBA's entire marketing department rolled into one person. So when Adam Silver tried to act like the league's historic growth wasn't tied directly to Caitlin Clark, fans took it as an insult, not just to her, but to every fan who made this season matter. It got worse. That same week, reports claimed WNBA finals ratings had doubled.
Great to be here with you guys today. Oh, they're really not gonna like this. They are really not gonna like this. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. And the truth is, though everybody was doing backflips after game one, woof, 1.9 million. 2.5 million. Oh, there were a lot of backflips being done. Now, instead of the backflips after game 2 and 3 ratings came out, instead of backflips, now they're just sneakily throwing some things in here to make it all appear like it's all roses and peaches. But instead, it's not roses and peaches at all.
But here's the kicker. Nielsen had quietly changed how they count viewers. Suddenly, bars, airports, and even hotel TVs were included in the totals. So technically, yes, ratings went up, but only because the math changed. It's like saying you grew taller this year because you started wearing heels.
So the WNBA obviously everyone was talking about, oh, record ratings and all of this stuff. And then we're going to see a complete change in the numbers. So as you can see right here, this was a tweet from the Mike Allen Twitter account. It says here, Nielsen did not begin including out-of-home viewing as estimates until 2020, and did not do so in 100% of markets until 2025. It says 2025 figures are Nielsen, Big Data Plus panel, and all prior years are panel only. So you've got Big Data Plus panel, everything prior to 2025. So as you can see, in 2020 to 2021, it had a big uptick. So I'd assume 2021, 2022 just had the out-of-home estimates. It was obviously doing okay when it was Minnesota Dynasty, then it dipped big time in 2018. And like being on ESPN News isn't ideal.
Fans saw through it instantly. The comments section was brutal. They're faking success to pretend Caitlyn isn't carrying them. Without Clark, there is no WNBA. And that's when the hashtag started trending. Apologize to Caitlyn. WNBA fixed the mess. What Silver thought was a small PR move turned into a full-blown rebellion. Within hours, insiders started whispering that Adam Silver was in full-blown panic mode. His PR team was scrambling. The same commissioner who once looked untouchable was now begging to make peace with the one person who could destroy him with a single tweet. Sources say he started calling Caitlyn's reps behind the scenes, claiming his comments were misinterpreted. He told her he valued what she's done for the sport and wanted to involve her more in league decisions. Translation, he's on an apology tour. And honestly, it's wild to see the power dynamic flip this fast. Usually, it's the players begging the league for recognition. Now, it's the league begging Caitlyn Clark to stay. Because let's be real, she doesn't need them anymore. She's got Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm cutting million-dollar checks. She's getting paid $500,000 per speaking gig. Her face is on more billboards than the league's own logo. If she wanted to take a year off, she'd still out-earn half the WNBA combined. That's what terrifies Silver. Because without her, the WNBA's so-called historic growth collapses overnight. No Clark, no ratings. No ratings, no sponsors. No sponsors, no league. So yeah, when fans say Adam Silver is begging for forgiveness, they're not exaggerating. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark hasn't said a single word, not a tweet, not a quote, nothing. And that silence, it's powerful. Because while Silver's out here doing damage control, Caitlyn's letting the world see who really runs the show. Players like Candace Parker have already exposed the league's leadership issues. Remember when she said, Adam Silver texted me more than my own commissioner? That one line basically confirmed what everyone suspected. The WNBA's top brass is disconnected from the people who actually make it work. Then you've got Nneka Ogwumike calling out leadership on national TV, Sophie Cunningham hinting at a lockout, and Sabrina Ionescu saying she has a better relationship with Silver than with Kathy Engelbert. The entire house of cards is shaking, and Caitlyn Clark doesn't have to lift a finger. Every time she stays silent, her value grows. Every time the league scrambles, her legend builds. Adam Silver's mistake wasn't just what he said, it's that he reminded the world who's really in charge. After the backlash, Silver tried to save face. He went on record praising Caitlyn, saying she's set the world on fire. But let's be honest, that wasn't admiration. That was fear. Because he knows if she ever decides she's done, the WNBA's ratings would vanish faster than a missed free throw. She's not just a player. She's the league's heartbeat, PR machine, and brand identity all in one. Think about it. When she got injured, ticket sales dropped, viewership fell, social engagement flatlined. The moment Caitlyn Clark steps off the court, the lights go dim. That's why Silver's apology feels so desperate. It's not about humility, it's about survival. So what happens now? Behind the scenes, reports say Silver's offering Caitlyn a bigger role in league marketing and player relations, basically trying to keep her involved so she doesn't walk away. But here's the truth. She doesn't need more meetings or PR titles. She already has what no one else in the WNBA can buy: influence. Caitlin Clark can sell out arenas faster than any commissioner can organize a press conference. She's the face that turned a niche league into primetime television. And the irony? Adam Silver's apology might actually prove her dominance even more. Because when the most powerful man in basketball has to beg for forgiveness from a rookie, that's not just a headline, that's history. Adam Silver thought he could control the narrative. Instead, he handed the power to Caitlin Clark. His quiet apology behind closed doors might cool things for now, but the damage is done, and the world saw it happen in real time. So what do you think? Should Caitlin forgive him, or make the WNBA sweat a little longer? If you're still watching, drop "Clark is the boss" in the comments. Let's see how many people agree.
But look at how long. 5-time, 7-time All-Star. She been in the league 7 years? Bro, how come ain't nobody know about Asia Wilson until Caitlin got here? I'm just saying. If Asia Wilson was this damn good, this dynamic of a player, why come the viewership is the way it is? Now, why come we didn't know about Asia Wilson 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago?
Asia Wilson is furious. The EuroLeague just dropped a bombshell report claiming Caitlin Clark is worth 10 times more than any other WNBA player, and it's got the basketball world spinning. Sponsors overseas are calling Clark a billion-dollar engine for women's hoops, while the league's own MVP is left wondering how she got pushed to the sidelines. Clark's value isn't just shocking, it's humiliating for everyone who thought the WNBA was the top of the mountain.
People comparing Asia Wilson to Bill Russell, and bro, if the Indiana Fever had Caitlin Clark, hell, not even Caitlin, had Kelsey Mitchell not got hurt, I believe the Indiana Fever would have beaten the Las Vegas Aces. Tell the whole story. Like, don't get up here trying to sit up here like this is a dynasty of a damn team and all this and that because they went on their little winning streak. I don't want to hear none of that shit. If the Fever was the Fever originally, the Las Vegas Aces would not have a championship. They stole this one. This is the last one they're going to get for a mighty long time.
But how did a rookie from Iowa turn into a global cash machine? And why did it make Asia Wilson snap? The EuroLeague report didn't just compare salaries, it compared power. And when the numbers came out, it exposed a massive truth that the WNBA has been trying to hide for months. Caitlin Clark isn't just the most valuable rookie, she's the entire brand. While Asia Wilson dominates the court, Caitlin Clark dominates the world. Her name alone moves millions. Jersey sales, sponsorships, ticket prices, everything connected to Clark turns into money.
TV ratings are up 300% since Caitlin Clark entered the league. Her games averaged 1.2 million viewers. Her return game peaked at 2.8 million viewers on ABC, one of the highest ever. This is in the middle of a random game in the season. She's featured nearly half of the most watched WNBA games, period. And I would argue that she brought a lot of attention to the league in and of itself, not just her. Clark is responsible for 26% of all WNBA economic activity. She's expected to help drive $875 million to $1 billion in 2025 revenue. The Fever's franchise value jumped from $900 million to $340 million. Oh my God, they need to pay this girl.
The report said her EuroLeague market value could exceed $10 million a year, with global brands lining up to attach their logos to her name. And that's when Asia Wilson lost it. Because here's the thing, Asia's not just any player. She's the reigning MVP, a champion, a defensive monster, and one of the faces that built the modern WNBA. She's worked for years to earn respect.
This dynamic of a player, why come the viewership is the way it is? Now, why come we didn't know about Asia Wilson 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago? Why come we ain't know about her then? Why we ain't know about Asia Wilson then, bro? I don't want to hear none of that. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, When nobody care about Asia Wilson, bro? When nobody care, bro?
Yet somehow, a rookie came in, played one season, and suddenly became the league's financial messiah. The timing couldn't have been worse. Nike had already signed Caitlin to that record-breaking $28 million deal, the biggest endorsement in women's basketball history. But what happened after? Nothing. No commercials, no merch drop, no signature shoe, just silence. And that silence turned into noise. People started to ask, what's going on? Why would Nike give Clark that kind of money and then completely ghost her? Rumors started flying. Some said Nike was terrified, scared of backlash if they gave a white rookie her own shoe before Asia Wilson, their longtime athlete and reigning MVP. That's when Asia posted her infamous line, not directly aimed at Clark, but everyone knew what she meant. She basically said, what's delayed isn't denied. Translation, she was tired of being overlooked. And that one post lit social media on fire. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. Half the internet said Clark's popularity was good for the game. The other half said it was corporate favoritism, a reflection of who the media chooses to hype. But underneath the drama, there was a deeper issue nobody wanted to say out loud: race, marketability, and what sells in women's sports. Commentators started revisiting old history. How Nike once gave Cheryl Swoops the first ever women's signature shoe back in the 90s, a huge step for representation. But since then, nearly every woman to get her own line had been white. So when Nike crowned Clark before honoring Asia, it didn't feel like progress. It felt like deja vu. Then came the twist. Leaked reports claimed Nike was delaying Clark's signature shoe until 2026. The reason? Optics. They supposedly didn't want to anger fans by putting Clark's line out before Wilson's. That rumor hit like a bomb, because if it was true, it meant Nike had created a mess so big they were paralyzed, caught between two of their own stars. Meanwhile, the EuroLeague didn't care about optics. They saw dollar signs. Clark's international fame was exploding. Her highlights were trending in Europe. Her name was selling out arenas across the US, and fans overseas were literally begging their teams to sign her for the offseason. And that's when Asia's frustration hit its breaking point. She'd just led her team to another dominant season, but the world only wanted to talk about Caitlin Clark. Every headline, every debate show, every sponsorship conversation came back to her. Asia's fans started pushing back, saying she deserved the same treatment. They argued she is the WNBA's foundation, not the rookie. That she's earned her place through sweat and championships, not media hype. But that argument didn't change the numbers. Caitlin Clark was pulling in more global attention than the entire league combined. The EuroLeague report confirmed it. Her sponsorship reach, her fan engagement, and her ability to sell tickets dwarfed everyone else. That's why this story blew up. Because it wasn't just about two players. It was about what defines value in sports: proven dominance or commercial impact. And while Asia Wilson saw a rookie skipping the line, the world saw something else: the first true global superstar of women's basketball. Then everything flipped overnight. After months of silence and speculation, Nike finally broke the tension, announcing that Asia Wilson would be getting her own signature shoe, the A1, set for release in 2025. Fans went wild. But then came the twist that nobody saw coming. Asia had known about the deal for 2 years. She'd been under a non-disclosure agreement the whole time. So while fans were out here fighting her battles on social media, defending her against Nike, and calling for justice, Asia already knew she had her own shoe in the works. That revelation changed everything. It meant the feud, the jealousy, the outrage, all of it had been amplified by rumor and timing. Nike wasn't ignoring her. They were playing the long game. But by then, it didn't matter. The world had already decided whose story they cared about: Caitlin Clark's. Because while Nike was quietly handling contracts, Clark was actively rewriting history. She wasn't just selling jerseys, she was selling out entire NBA arenas. Every game she touched turned into a national event. Broadcasters couldn't stop talking about her. Overseas leagues started calling, And the EuroLeague, the same one that called her a $10 million player, is reportedly ready to make a move to bring her across the ocean. So when Asia's shoe deal finally became public, it didn't land like a victory. It felt like a consolation prize. Because no matter what Nike or the WNBA did next, the narrative was already set. Caitlin Clark isn't chasing anyone. The world is chasing her. And that's the part that stings. Because for Asia, this was never about money. It was about respect. She'd built her career. About to get messy.